Okay, hey everybody, it's me again, Tina. So, I just want to make a recap, a summary of everything that I've been putting on videos. Okay, the summary or the recap of all my video is not once saved, always saved. You gotta be on fire for the Lord. You gotta forsake all the things of the world, money, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever that is sin. Okay, you gotta forsake a lot of stuff. It is not free. Okay, and you gotta pick up your cross, crucify your flesh, discipline it. Okay, put it under control. Okay, you're not animals. Okay, so and obviously you need God's help to empower you to have victory. Okay, and in my recent video I was talking about the escape. Okay, the Great Tribulation is equivalent to the escape. Okay, the Church of Philadelphia, one of the six found worthy escape. So once the changing, the rapture happened, the start of the Great Tribulation, which is the escape for the ones that are able to escape, one of the six. And for the ones that didn't, okay, I'm not talking to the ones that are lost, that don't accept God. I'm talking to the Christian here. Okay, so the six that are left, okay, they were lukewarm, okay, and God has set up everything in Bible prophecy is a vine press to basically have the lukewarm, the six church that's left, to make up a decision to basically pick up their cross, because they haven't been picking up their cross. So the vine press, they are the grapes, okay? They're going to either die for Christ or die in their sin. Also, once the division is done, okay, that's why when Jesus said, "I will come separate the sheep and the goat," that is the vine press. That's the Great Tribulation. Okay, and people is like, oh man, they really picky with words, and I'm like, there are a lot of words meaning the same thing. Okay, in my Bible, it don't even say at the end of the Great Tribulation. It said at the end of the terrible days. So you guys don't even know to even pick point. Some of these people are really blind, and when they start picking, I know how underdeveloped they are. Okay, like I explained to you, there many words mean same thing, and throughout my video I explain this. Okay, the Great Tribulation, it's, remember, if you're in the corruptible body, you always go undergoing this test, okay, of the buying and selling. Okay, once you receive the seal, which is found worthy escape, okay, your hunger and thirst no more. So you're found worthy escape. You're not under the test anymore of the hunger and thirst subject to the buying and selling, right? Check out my other video where I was talking about the real what the real escape is, right? So this is the end. It's been prophesied, okay? When people start praying and they just praying, they don't realize they're hindering God's plan to separate the sheep and the goat. Okay, this whole shebang with the mark of the beast and all that is to separate. Okay, God said, what did he say? I come to separate the sheep and the goat. Okay, the vine press, the Great Tribulation is basically Hitler times 10. It's a concentrate. Like, we are always been going through tests and tribulation, right? Test, tribulation, obstacle, same thing, right? But because this is the end, and God want to move forward into the new millennium with the ones that actually love and want to serve God, that's where the vine press, that's where the testing is taking place. I call it the filtration. There you go. Another word to explain the concept, okay? So God is going to use the mark system, and he's allowing this massacre to happen of the Christian. Why? The vine press. Okay, obviously the one that found worthy escape, which is the one that had a seal, the new incorruptible body, is already found worthy escape. It's the one that did not get the incorruptible body. Okay, they were lukewarm. They never picked up their cross, never confessed Jesus. There's a whole list of them why they did not get their body. So this time it talks about beheading. And that's a step of faith. Remember, if you're not giving up your rich now, counting your cost now, you're going to face that, facing your costs there in tribulation with your head. Okay? That's as simple as that. Okay? I'm like, why don't you do it now when it's easy than do it later while it's really hard. Because all I know is out of the 6 that got left, well, 6 that got left, 1 went through beheading, 1 went hiding. 4, it was the test was so great, they took on the mark of the beast. 4 of them. 4 so-called Christians, okay? So that shows you how hard, how hard this great tribulation, this vine press is, so that you can come up with a decision to not be looky warm anymore, okay? So that you can pick up the cross, because you haven't picked up the cross. You have not done the step of faith. That's where the beheading is that step of faith, is picking up your cross. Because you didn't do anything. You got nothing to show on your crown. Okay? So that's why this whole mark of the beast system is so that you can come up with a decision. Okay? Because, right, God is not okay with you guys being looky warm throughout century here. Okay? Like, we have, like they always believe, oh, they have time. But back then, even till now, God knows your heart. You can't play. Don't play. Okay? Pray to God that you don't play. Pray in a way that meets every pinpoint, so you truly can find worthy to escape. There is so many ways around praying, many ways to pray. Okay? So I'm going to make another video how to pray. Okay? So people are praying for Trump, but they don't realize they're just hindering the rapture coming to pass. They're just hindering it. They're making it stretch longer. They're making the delay stretch longer when they pray for people they shouldn't pray for. Because I understand, like I told you in my last video, I was asking God about Pharaoh. God is going to use the ones that are God RAC, that are lost in power of kings, the rule of this world. Okay, the new kingdom, kings and priests that he picks, which is the wise virgin, is different from the kings of this world. Okay, there's 2 different. One is filled with spirit, and one are not. Okay, so the kingdom, the ones that are lost, God is going to have them be kingdoms of this world. The ones that are lost. And most of them are fallen angels. What can I tell you? 200 of them fell. Okay? They're not, they know the power. They have knowledge and wisdom of a lot of things. Okay? And why would they be poor? They're just going to take advantage of this world as best as they can know how. Okay? So you can be assured most of the celebrities, all those people with money, are fallen angels. There are a good chance, 99.9%, they're a fallen angel. Okay? And I happen to see this video. Okay? There are a lot of people, celebrities and all, right? Famous rich people. They look like a year ago, there are people that look like them years ago. And he was saying that angels don't age, which is very true. And so that is kind of like the body that we're going to have, right? So, they won't age. I'm still wondering if these angels, which, fell from heaven, okay, they have the incorruptible body which never age. Okay, I've heard a lot of celebrities say this, they don't age. Okay, and that's the body we're gonna get, right? But the thing about them is, I'm still wondering if they still feel pain. Okay, that is one thing, because I realized, okay, so they made a choice to come down here, down to earth. Okay, they fell. What do they mean? They fell. They're not going to be able to get back up in the heavenlies. Okay? I don't think that, so I don't, that they're not going to be able to access, because heaven is holy. Okay? It's a holy place, and we're trying to be holy so we can get up there. Okay? They were holy beings. They made a choice without temptation, and they just kind of, they went to the sin city, which is earth. Okay? That's where the hip is, right? Sin City, okay? And so I'm guessing they see us having sex, so they're amused. And they just don't want to have kids of their own. They want to have sex and get married. And in the book of Enoch, God's like, and they was crying and fasting and all, have Enoch intercede for them. And so Enoch talked to God, went up there to talk to God, and God told them, go bring this message to them. You're supposed to intercede for man, not man on behalf of you. See? So I was like, dang, I was like, dang, like, so they fell, means that they're not able to get back up there. But I'm guessing they still got their incorruptible body. Okay? What I'm guessing because of their fell, so I'm still asking God on some more about the incorruptible body, because all I know is there's two type of body. Incorruptible body that don't feel pain. Okay? The other body is they still always be young but still feel pain. So that's what my two conclusion is. I'm not sure of the ones that got left behind. Okay, so I'm still asking more on the ones that got left behind. So because I did see my grandpa resurrect and he wasn't going, so I knew that he was this type of body. But I'm trying to figure out what this type of body is. Like, will they have the live forever or 1,000 year or will they still feel pain? So I can only assume that okay, this is my two scenario. Okay. Concluding all my dreams, okay? Concluding all things I see in dreams. These are the two scenario, I think, okay? I did see, okay, there's the body. The third type of body is the corruptible body, which is us. The lowest vibration, right? Which is the corruptible. We can still feel pain, we can still die, okay? I'm talking about the two form of incorruptible, okay? So the ones that I'm going to receive, like the angel, and the other one is, this is my grandma and I, and this is, my grandpa. He resurrect, okay? I don't know if he got young again, okay? In the dream, he looked like, he died around, 40, 50. So he probably looked about that age when he resurrect, right? But, will he be at his age? Will he get young back again? Will he still feel pain? Because in hell, you can feel all the pain. You look like you, which is in the corruptible, but you still feel pain. So I would only think you'd still be like that, but on earth, right? So I'm guessing one, all of them will have eternal life. Okay? Because souls cannot be killed. Okay? So all of them have eternal life. Okay? One feel pain, one don't feel pain. Okay? Unless you overcome, you won't feel pain. But if you don't overcome and you're still in sin, you're going to feel pain. That's because, that's what God was telling me. Sin is associated with pain. So when they decide to fall and mate with man, they lower their vibration in feeling pain. So I'm guessing they're still feeling pain. Okay. Yeah. That's it.